Embrace the power of I do, we do, you do, because this is going to encourage your children or students to independently access their learning. You're encouraging them to be engaged and interactive as well. But also, when you are modeling within the we do approach, you can make it interactive. So don't just model and do it silently. Demonstrate your thinking process, like illustrate your thinking process as well. Illustrate you using resources in the classroom so they're aware that the resources are there for them to use as well. So make sure each component of the lesson is engaging, so by the time they reach the you do part, they're less overwhelmed and more excited. When you are teaching new topics, it's very, very important to scaffold that new content, because you don't want any children or any students to feel overwhelmed or have cognitive overload and are not able to access the learning. So you need to be thinking about how could you break down maybe a complex idea or complex task into smaller steps so all of your pupils or students can reach the learning in that lesson, and also they are at a similar pace as well. Have challenging tasks, but to also make sure that you have appropriate goals for each pupil or student in the classroom. So you think about how can they achieve this goal, what appropriate scaffolding or modeling you have for them to achieve this goal within the lesson or within the term. By you doing this, you're setting high expectations for your pupils or students, but also you're motivating them to do better and to achieve those good outcomes in the lesson. So definitely set the goals and be transparent about it as well, and encourage them to even stretch a bit higher as well. Like, always have an extension ready. It's very, very important to be using feedback within the lessons, using feedback that is relative, appropriate, time bound, but also very specific as well. So you don't want to just be giving aimless feedback to your students or your pupils, and you don't want to only focus on the SAN students or the higher attaining pupils or students. You want to make sure that every child is getting some kind of feedback, even if it's you giving the feedback as a group. Maybe you've got a group, maybe you can liaise, you can talk to your TA and they can also do that as well. So you're making sure that each child is getting some form of support and feedback. You're using the feedback as well to close any learning gaps. So by you going to talk to your students, you're able to see what they understand, what they don't understand, and how you can support them further to achieve that good outcome in the lesson. Start interventions as soon as possible. So starting with individuals, maybe a group. It could be if you're working with early years or younger children, it might be fine motor skills, it might be writing, maths, reading. Even if you're working in secondary school or even college, the same thing. As long as you've got interventions that is going to support your students, then that is what it's there for. You need to be identifying any needs that are in the classroom and helping them close any learning gaps. And this is going to boost their confidence because they need to see that you believe in them and that they can also achieve success. Encourage the use of pupil/student assessment. So you want to make sure that the students are able to have any opportunities where they can independently mark their work, as well as collaborate with the person next to them and see where they're successful or where they can improve their work as well. This is handy because whilst you're live marking and go around the classroom or butterfly around the classroom, you can also see the students discussing their learning, discussing what they need to improve, but also you can bridge any gaps that is necessary within the lesson. Hi, this is Amara Great. I hope you've enjoyed my video. Do check out my other videos on personal development, teaching, as well as my creative endeavours. And I hope to see you soon. Bye.